Hi Scorpio, welcome to Spirit Mail. We are going to do a different kind of reading this week. I felt called to do a reading that I'm calling COPE, C-O-P-E, and it stands for Covering Our Personal Energy. I feel like Spirit is leading me to do this because it's imperative that before we look at the news, before we look at the outside world, what's going on out there, even before we reach out to help, I feel like it's important, based on meditations and stuff, to cover our personal energy. I actually think that's important every day, but especially in these times. So that's what we're going to find out. Also, because this is normally the week that I would do the career and money reading, I am going to pull one card for personal economy. So God, guides, angels, archangels, and Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Scorpio. Show us clearly, as it relates to covering our personal energy, what energies can we focus on? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Also, show us clearly the outlook for our personal economy. Okay, so you have patience and planning when it comes to covering your energy. You have the throat chakra. Okay, and when it comes to your personal economy, you have passion ignited. Okay, Scorpio. So before we pull the clarifiers, I want to get an overall theme for you guys. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, show us the overall theme for Scorpio as we look at covering our personal energy. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly what is the overall theme for Scorpio. I don't know if I said Pisces a while ago, but I am doing Scorpio, so show us the overall theme for Scorpio as it relates to covering our personal energy. Rescue. The number is 16. So for me, the 1 is a number for create, like creating and even leadership. And the 6 for me is deep personal awareness. And you add them together and you get a 7. Which is for me the number of divinity. And if you look at it, that what I love about this, from the center, this earth, like it is separated from the earth, this piece of earth is separated from the planet. And there's this water coming out. It reminds me of life. Life is flowing, right? And up here in this corner is a green hot air balloon. For me, that represents growth. So life is flowing, there is growth, and there's treasure at the end of the rainbow. On the other side of this all, there's some treasure. And I feel like Spirit's guiding us in all of these readings that I've done, this covering our personal energy. Spirit's guiding us to look not at the situation that we're in, but at what comes on the other side. Because this will pass. Okay, rescue. You're always safe and secure, and you are free to be yourself. Well, it's interesting that card that said that, because this card is about self-expression, right? Asking for help isn't easy for many successful people. However, that's what you need to do now as you expand your life. If you find yourself troubled, you can expect help with whatever issue is at hand now. You need only ask, and assistance will come your way. The most important support you can expect is from Spirit. Get into a right relationship with the divine, and you'll see that many conditions line up as if by magic to provide you with all the help you need. Ask and you will receive. There is no need to fear. Safety is a place within you. Okay, so whenever it says get into a right relationship with divine, that doesn't mean that you have to cut 10,000 backflips and all that other stuff. All that means for me is that we need to be open and ready to receive, right? We need to be willing to open our heart and our mind to whatever it is that Spirit is wanting to guide us to. We all had an idea of things we want to experience and things we wanted to walk through before we came here. And Spirit, our Spirit team, is there to keep us on that track. We're not required to stay on that track, but that is what they're here for, is to help us stay on that track or put us back on that track if we venture off. Not against our will. Not against our will. They won't do that. This is the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. These cards are from John Holland's Psychic Tarot, which is an oracle deck, and I'm going to be clarifying with the Arcanum Tarot. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, I thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Scorpio. Show us clearly, what is it, or why are we looking at patience and planning and the throat chakra when it comes to covering our personal energy? Also, in our personal economy, we see passion ignited. Show us clearly, what is that about? We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. And we thank you for showing us how we can cover our personal energy. So this is a number 7. For me, that's the number of divinity. This is a number 5. For me, that's the number of change. You add those two together, you get a 3. For me, that is holy collaboration. That is your creator, your spirit guides, or your spirit team, angels, archangels, whoever it is that you work with, and you. So, and this says the best help you can get is from Spirit. So you add these up, and that's 7, right? Divinity. So whenever you look at this message and these first 2 cards, I feel like it's saying your holy collaboration is the most important thing for you right now as you move forward. Okay. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Show us the clarifying messages with these energies on the table. Okay, so with patience and planning, we have the King of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah. With the throat chakra, in covering our personal energy, we have the Ace of Wands. And we have the 7 of Wands. And with personal economy, this passion ignited is the same card when you line it up next to the tarot as the Ace of Wands, right? So you're getting passion ignited, clarified with a Tower, and then the 6 of Swords. Okay, so let's dig into these. Remember, this is talking about rescue, and Spirit's basically saying, call on us. It's okay to be who you are. Call on us and let us direct you, let us guide you, let us be part of what pulls you through this. Patience and planning is the same as the 7 of Pentacles. It reminds us that the things that we plant grow. So there's, in the law of attraction and all that stuff, there's this saying that where our attention goes, energy flows, and what we think on the longest grows the strongest, and all that stuff. And in Christian tradition, Jesus says we reap what we sow, right? So this is about the things that what we allow to go into our heart right now, we're going to bring out. So be patient with ourselves, right? Be aware of what it is that we're planting in our mind and in our heart, and plan for how you can have better thoughts, or how you can have better ideas about what happens on the other side. You've got the King of Pentacles here. He's got a very large pentacle. He's the most mature in the suit of Pentacles, and he's the action taker. So what this is saying is that he's not concerned about what's on the other side, because he's patient. He understands that there's ebbs and flows to everything, right? And he has planned for this time. And whenever I said he's planned for this time, he has, because he's the king, right? He has unlimited resources. But we have unlimited resources too. even if we don't necessarily see them, they're there, but we have to know that they're there to be able to reap that harvest. So this right here shows the younger energy, the one that's in fear. He's hanging on to everything that he has because maybe he didn't plan. And I feel like Spirit is saying, stand in your power, stand in your kingdom, your kinghood, stand in the strength, knowing that you can move forward through these times into a different world. Focus on the light on the other side, and ask Spirit to guide you with that. Open yourself up and let Spirit be the one that directs you through. Again, it's okay to be yourself, to express who you are, right? Perhaps this is a time for you to go within. The world's kind of shutting down a little bit, so perhaps it's time to go within and figure out what is the true expression of you. Is there a way that you can speak it out? Is there a way that you can write it out? I feel like there's going to be some inspiration coming into you that if you have your mind and your heart open to allow Spirit to guide you, they're going to say, hey, Scorpio, do you remember when blah, 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 and you had this great idea and you got really excited about it and then nothing ever happened with it? Now might be a time to go back and look at it because it uniquely lines up with who you are and what you wanted to experience when you came here. And then stand in your truth about it, right? Know that all of whatever it is that is coming, you're prepared for it. Because you have the truth, you have a working relationship with Spirit, you keep your mind and your heart open to be able to walk in that direction. And it's part of who you are, and it's part of who you've always wanted to be. So think on those things. Use this time to go within and find that, rescue yourself, and put yourself back on the path that you wanted to go. Pretty powerful. And this reading's not going to be for everybody because maybe not all Scorpios are on this path. But guys, the ones that this is talking to, you have done some work. You've done some work, yes. But deep inside, there's something that you want to do. There's something that you've wanted to do, but you've allowed yourself to stay busy in the 3D world with getting the bills paid, paying the mortgage, setting up a savings account so that whenever you're ready to venture out on your own, you don't have to worry about resources. And now the resources are being tapped into, right? And you're not ready, but Spirit says maybe you are ready. Maybe it is time, right? So with your personal economy, that's what it's showing you right there. Whatever it is, whatever that thing was a long time ago that you thought, man, this is something that I want to do, and you kind of thought you needed to prepare yourself for it, Spirit's saying, yep, well, maybe it's time right now. You're feeling like this is a tower moment. Just remember that towers are meant to wake us up. Towers are meant to, on the other side of it, for us to be able to look back and say, this is why that happened. I was thinking this morning, in April of last year, my car broke down. The engine went out, and it's in Houston, getting an engine or whatever, and I still don't have it back. It's almost a year. One thing comes, another, something else happens. It's been a disaster. However, it grounded me. It threw me into this. I've been quarantined for a year, right? And in this quarantine time for me, it's prepared me for this time. Now the rest of the world's quarantined, and I'm not walking through it with fear because I already went through that part of it. So Spirit is saying right now something's going on, but when you look back on it, you're going to see it was for a reason, or you're going to be able to find a reason. And that's just an interpretation I got of what was going on just this morning. And it's just, we have a way to be able to look back and say, I see how that prepared me for today. Because I see how that prepared me for today. So whatever it is that's going on, this tower, you're going to be able to look back a year, 2 years later, and you're going to say, I see how that opened me up to be able to experience this. And now I'm moving into smoother water. My life is more in line with what I've always wanted it to be. The swords are about truth and communication, right? And the Six of Swords is about moving into smoother water, having a more level playing field for yourself, that kind of stuff. And it's part of your truth. So Scorpio, I don't know what you guys have going on. I'd be anxious to hear about it, because I mean, everybody, all of the readings have been pretty much, focus on the positive, look what's on the other side. But I feel like yours is a little more pointed to something in particular that you've been wanting to do. Okay. And again, it's not going to be for everybody, but there's a pretty good group of you out there that it's going to apply to. God, guides, angels, archangels, Holy Spirit, thank you so much for our friends born under the sign of Scorpio. Please show us clearly what is the PS as it relates to covering our personal energy. We thank you for clear and concise messages. We thank you for love, light, and prosperity. And we thank you for clarification, confirmation, and validation. Please show us clearly the PS. So you have the Ace of Cups. It's like Spirit saying, we're wanting to fill you up. Scorpio, we're wanting to fill you up. Really take some time and look at, have you been able to uniquely express yourself in the way that you've always wanted to? Because these two cards together, right, are telling me that answer might be no. You've not been able to do that. And Spirit's saying that's part of how you can benefit through this, is to walk into that and let it be a gift from us that we're filling your cup. Oh, wow. I cannot wait to hear what this is about in the comments. Guys, you have a Nine of Cups. So there's not only saying we want to fill your cup, but we want to walk you through doing that thing that you've always wanted to do. That's part of what's going to happen. The whole world didn't shut down for you, but as a result of the whole world shutting down, you're going to be able to benefit in this way. So they're saying start now, right? Start now looking into what are those ways that you wanted to uniquely express yourself. How can you change the trajectory of your life, even in your personal economy, right? And be the student of how you're going to make that happen. And then this is the student and the teacher, because they pay attention to the details. They can look back and say, last year when that happened to me, it was all about me and my personal story. But today I'm in a position where, because I've already gone through the worry about resources, the worry about lack, the worry about not having my car to go to work, not that my work was shut down, but that kind of stuff. I've been through all that part. So today, I can say, we come out on the other side in a way that actually we're more able to uniquely express who we are. Guys, this is pretty exciting for y'all. And again, I cannot wait to hear in the comments what's going on with y'all. Until next time, y'all go out and have a super duper day. And remember, cover our personal energy before we do anything else. Okay, have a super duper day. Bye.